In this video lecture, we are going to understand how DNA codes for proteins. An important thing to realize is that after water, you mainly consist of proteins. Your hair, for instance, that's mainly keratin, just a protein. And your muscles, they only consist of the proteins actin and myosin. And your blood consists for a large part of hemoglobin. And if things are not proteins in your body, your bones, for instance, they're not proteins, then proteins make those things. All enzymes are also proteins, and enzymes can make things like bone or other compounds. Also, all your digestive enzymes are proteins. So basically, everything that is interesting about you is protein. You consist of around 30,000 different proteins. Now, what are proteins? You can imagine a protein as a pearl string. And the pearls, the building blocks of the proteins, are amino acids. Proteins are just chains of coupled amino acids. And there are around 20 different amino acids, 20 different pearls from which you can make any protein, just by varying the number and kind of pearls used. And the trick now is that the recipes for all those different proteins, for all those different pearl strings, are encoded in the DNA. How does that work? Well, DNA in turn consists of 4 building blocks, 4 nucleotides called adenine, cytosine, guanine and thymidine. That's not so important, abbreviated A, C, G or T. So there are 4 letters. And the trick now is that per 3 letters, the DNA tells what amino acid to build into the protein. And this is called the genetic code. This code was unraveled in the 60s of the previous century, and I would say it is the greatest achievement of biology ever. We can read the language of DNA. And so can you. Let's have a look at an example. So imagine we are making a protein. We already put some amino acids in place, and now we are going to add the next amino acid. The amino acid coded by the letters C, T, G. We're going to have a look in the table. What amino acid is coded by C, T, G? Leucine, indeed. So we are going to add leucine to the growing chain. Then ACC. For what does ACC code? THR, yes, threonine. So hop, we are going to add threonine to the growing chain. And then what's the next amino acid to add? Try to find it out. Here's the genetic code. Alanine. Did you have that one right? Okay, and then the last one, coded by GAG, glutamine, right? And so on until the whole protein is ready. And this protein is hemoglobin, an important component of your blood. And the whole code for hemoglobin is around 420 nucleotides long. If the coding sequence is 420 nucleotides long, how long then is the protein? Divided by 3? Yes, around 140 amino acids. This, for instance, that's the recipe for keratin. And you can find all those sequences on the internet. The whole human genome has been sequenced. And the trick is that for all those different proteins in your body, a recipe can be found in the genome. And you probably already understand that changes in these sequences, in these recipes, are very interesting for evolution. But let's first try to translate one of the shortest human genes in the next activity.